Bittorrent value equivalent to 0.213 rands a coin. The present cost range 0.21510 to 304. The earlier day closed 2249. The change was 0.36, 160%. Reverse rate, ZAR to BTT. Bittorrent cost expectation for September 2024. Initially cost at 0.435 rands. Exorbitant costs more than 3.23, while low costs my 2435. They found the middle value of cost from I.68. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends 1.2825, change for September 16%. Bittorrent gauge for October 2024. To start with cost at 0.2825 rands. Exorbitant costs 9.3071, while low cost 2669. They found the middle value of cost by 2859. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends 2870, change for October 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for November 2024. At the outset cost at 0.287 rands. Excessive cost 0.3562, while low costs were also 0.287. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.3158. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends 0.3329, change for November 16%. Bittorrent conjecture for December 2024. At the outset cost at 0.3329 rands. Excessive costs 3621, while low costs 3147. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 337. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends 3384, change for December 17%. Bittorrent cost expectation for January 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.384 rands. Exorbitant costs 42000, while low costs 3384. They found the middle value of cost 0.3723. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends 3925, change for January 16%. Bittorrent estimate for February 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.3925 rands. Exorbitant costs 0.3976, while low costs 0.3456. They found the middle value of cost 0.3768. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 0.3716, change for February 5%. Bittorrent cost expectation for Walk 2025. Before all else cost at 0.3716 rands. Excessive costs 0.3756, while low costs 0.3264. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3562. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 0.835, change for spring 5%. Bittorrent estimate for April 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.351 rands. Exorbitant costs 1.351, while low costs 0.971. They found the middle value of cost amounted 3297. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends 3195, change for April 9%. Bittorrent cost expectation for May 2025. Initially cost at 0.3195 rands. Excessive costs 3473, while low costs 3019. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.2233. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 3246, change for May 16%. Bittorrent conjecture for June 2025. At the outset cost at 0.3246 rands. Excessive costs 399, while low costs 955. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 3194. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends 3177, change for June 1%. Bittorrent cost expectation for July 2025. Before all else cost at 0.3177 rands. Excessive cost on 367, while low cost also will be 135. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 3323. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends 3371, change for July 1%. Bittorrent conjecture for August 2025. At the outset cost at 0.3371 rands. Excessive costs 3665, while low costs 3185. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 183412. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's end 3425, change for August 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for September 2025. Initially cost at 0.3425 rands. Excessive costs 914, while low costs 342. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 968. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends Bison 3658. Change for September 68%. Bittorrent figure for October 2025. Initially cost at 0.3658 rands. Excessive costs P2454 while low costs Besna 3658. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Bains on the 4025. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends Bison 4243. Change for October 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for November 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.4243 rands. Exorbitant cost Chanton 4243, while low costs Bulletin D405. The found the middle value of cost Bundy 388. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end Poison 3661. Change for November 13.7%. Bittorrent estimate for December 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.3661 rands. Exorbitant costs Spontan 392, while low costs Spontan 346. The found the middle value of cost on 3705. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends Mazen 372. Change for December 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for January 2026. To start with cost at 0.372 rands. Exorbitant costs Spontan 4228, while low costs Spontan 3674. The found the middle value of cost Pinting 3893. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's end Swissen 3951. Change for January 62%. Bittorrent gauge for February 2026. To start with cost at 0.3951 rands. Exorbitant costs Smoyan 3977, while low costs Smoyan 457. The found the middle value of cost Motan 3776. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Smoyan 3717. Change for February 59%. Bittorrent cost expectation for Walk 2026. At the outset cost at 0.717 rands. Excessive costs Pointner 3717, while low costs Buzzin 3199. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Smiten 3518. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Pointner 344. Change for Spring 75%. Bittorrent conjecture for April 2026. At the outset cost at 0.344 rands. Excessive costs Spotted 4269, while low costs Possen 344. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Bundet 3785. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends Persen 39. Change for April 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for May 2026. First and foremost cost at 0.99 rands. Exorbitant costs Posen 4338, while low costs Posen 3770. The found the middle value of cost Matper 438. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends by scene 454. Change for May 16%. Bittorrent gauge for June 2026. In the first place cost at 0.54 rands. Exorbitant costs 1